Are you listening? You hear it? Do you hear what I hear? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Dean, Mike. I should say welcome or welcome back. So today we are going to, I know we've been doing a lot of the grunge bands and we're going to get back to that marathon of the female-led grunge bands, but today we're going to do Linkin Park. So Dean and I got a chance to check out their live performance they just put out with the new lead singer, Emily Armstrong. I guess she's from, a band called Dead Sarah.
I really dug the high notes. She really knows how to fucking put a growly scream in there, which is really cool. But the low parts were kind of, I don't know, they just were kind of dropping out a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got a great voice, man.
Yeah, I like that she did the whole thing, the screaming her own way. You know, she kind of approached it in her own different kind of way. She wasn't trying to do like Chester necessarily.
Yeah.
Her voice did give out, I think, at one point during that show. I don't know if you remember that, but she kind of gave the audience the mic at that point.
Oh, is that what she did that?
That's what it looked like to me. And I'm wondering if she's,
okay.
You know, I wonder if she's going to be able to sustain all those songs on a tour, you know?
Yeah.
That was my only...
I noticed the microphone changed, but I didn't know why. I wasn't paying attention when she lost her voice real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall I think it was a pretty cool I think it was a good fit, you know, for the band sound.
Yeah. She works out good with them.
Yeah. Yeah, she had that like early 2000s look too. I was like, wow, she looks like she's straight out of like when Linkin Park first came out.
Right. Gotta pay the part.
Yeah, so this says, unbeknownst to the public, in 2023, the band approached Emily Armstrong in Britain to reform as Linkin Park to record and release new music and perform the band's back catalog. And they live streamed this event, it says, on September 5th, announcing the band's comeback, including Armstrong and Britton's entry. I don't know who Britton is. I don't remember there being another person. It says Colin Britton. Let's see who this guy is. Oh, so he's been the drummer since Linkin Park reunion in September. So he's the drummer. I guess he's a new drummer.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if he was just a studio drummer, it looks like, maybe. I think he's just kind of been jamming with different bands in the studio.
Huh.
But I was reading some interesting things here about this whole reunion with Linkin Park, man. So it says, in addition, the band performed and released the Emptiness Machine. So the song that we're going to be reacting to today, they actually played on that live performance. I think it was the first song that they came out with. I don't remember how it sounded, you know, specifically. So this is still probably going to be like a fresh listen for us. But it says the lead single of the group's forthcoming album, From Zero, which is set to be released on November 15, 2024. The band's decision to add Armstrong was met with criticism due to her connections with the Church of Scientology and perceived support for convicted rapist Danny Masterson. And says one of Bennington's sons said that Linkin Park's betrayed their trust of the fan base with the change. So
you know, yeah. That sounds opinionated, right? I mean, fucking whatever. I mean, depends on what your
I get there's gonna be some people who feel some sort of way about the whole thing. You know, when you're getting back together with a band, you know, it's like that was their career, you know, Linkin Park. Everybody in that band, this was their career. This is how they made their money and their living. And it was their love, right? So it all had to come to an end because somebody chose to take their life. And you know, I mean, do you stop everything or do you keep pushing forward? And that's I guess that's a tough answer for every band that's had to face that question in some kind of way.
Yeah. I've had a band member die. But it was way after we, stopped jamming together, um, so it's different,
Right.
way different.
When the drummer of Led Zeppelin, when he passed away, the band decided to stop entirely,
Right.
just ended the band entirely.
Yeah.
I've seen other bands who don't do that, and obviously with this situation, they're deciding to continue with a new singer and just see how it goes, I guess.
So this is a new song, right?
Yeah, this is a new song. It's off the forthcoming record, so it's going to come out November 15th is the release date for that new album. They released this song on the same day that they put out that live performance that's on YouTube that we watched.
Right.
So I know we've heard
Cool.
this song, but I mean, I don't remember anything about it. It was like our first time experiencing everything from that video and the new singer. So it
Yeah.
was a lot to take in.
Right.
So this will be a fresh listen. There's still a lot to discover with this song, I'm sure. All right, let's just get it going.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine. I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of, part of. I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of, part of. I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part. Let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping, so fucking naive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine. The emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
Damn.
Huh.
That's some badass lyrics right there, man. I could relate to this fucking song,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
especially right fucking now, so I mean, it's just, yeah,
Huh.
fucking,
Yeah, so your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view.
I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. People get back at each other like that,
Yeah.
Um, cutting each other deep, you know, already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends, you know, and it's just like this, you already know what's gonna fucking happen, you know,
Yeah.
in this situation. It's just it's a thing that just keeps going over and over and over that never gets resolved, you know.
Yeah, kind of like a toxic relationship is what this seems like it's about, right? She's talking about how she seems to keep putting herself last for this person, and they're not appreciative or reciprocating that same
Yeah,
energy.
exactly. And you know what's funny is that both both sides can do the same thing at the same, you know, at different times and not be able to see that, you know, each person is like still trying to, you know, put forth the effort, but yet they're still not meeting, you know. That chorus, you know, let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. That's real, man. You know, some people just fucking are like just want to see you fucking hurt, you know.
Yeah, yeah, selfish people.
And that next line, gave up who I am for you. um wait,
Gave
gave
up
up
who I
who I
am for who
am.
you wanted me to be.
Right,
I don't know
right.
why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. See, so it's that same thing of being hopeful that things will change, but just finding out in the end, yeah, nothing. It's the same bullshit over and over again.
Right, right. Yeah, and then the fucking, you know, falling for the promise of the emptiness machine, the emptiness machine. That's fucking real, dude. You know?
Yeah, she even calls herself fucking naive at the bottom there, says, don't know why I'm hoping so fucking naive. I think there's been songs from Chester that were similar to this kind of like topic. You know, this definitely has that like early 2000 sound to it. You know, it has that Linkin Park
Yeah,
new metal vibe to it.
right, right.
Um, the production in the song, and then like the ways the guitars sounded. I mean, it's a Linkin Park sound, really. So it's like it's what you should expect. But
Right.
you know, I wouldn't want them to put out an album where they're trying to sound like something or trying to appease, you know, someone else or whatever the expectation is of them. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, you know, some of the levels should have been up on the guitars and like when it got turned down a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Even the drums, they sounded like everything dropped out.
Yeah, and then the other singer, his voice at the beginning, I wasn't really a fan the way he sounded. I can hear a lot of like production in his vocal. Like there's a lot of effects going on and stuff too. And I think
Yeah,
that's what I mean by the production on this song specifically is it has that again, I think they're trying to really deliver like that 2000s metal sound.
right,
Which
right.
I'm not like an overly major fan of, but yeah, maybe it just kind of belongs in that time period.
Right. Yeah.
And there was some like produced, like listen, there was like a drum track, right, or something
And I
right
know
there.
exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open.
So it's kind of like drums in the back, right? Kind of like they were like in the production like that. Let's go back a little bit more.
Flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do. Just
Right there,
like
you
you
mean?
always.
Yeah, you hear those drums in the back.
Yeah,
They just sound like they're like super filtered, right? Like it's like that same thing I'm talking about, just that production sound.
yeah,
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I'm just not too big of a fan of. It might sound
right.
cool live. I don't know if they could pull that off live. It might sound pretty cool, like a club.
Yeah, it might sound really good live.
Yeah,
So you thinking maybe a dirtier loud drums right there or
yeah. Well, they do come in with it here. I'll show you when they come in.
And I
okay.
know
I think it's when she starts
exactly
singing.
how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
So now like all the instruments were thrown up front more.
It does sound weak in those spots, you know, because it sounds like it fucking dropped out, you know, like the drums and shit, you know.
I mean, it to me, it's just like I know what they're doing, you know, when they do that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that to me takes me out of the song when I can really see like the production part of it, and I'm just like, that's becoming distracting.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have been cooler if they had like fucking I don't know, something else, you know, fucking I mean, um um like old school fucking metal shit, you know, fucking where you just where you got where you're deadening a fucking string and you're fucking just, doing the chun chuns, you know, the fucking or like a chicka chun chicka chun chicka chicka
yeah,
chicka chun, you know, something, you know.
yeah,
I would have done maybe some fucking jungle beats on the fucking tom toms and shit, just boom ticka black doom ticka black doom ticka black, you know. I don't
yeah,
know. And they
that,
could have done like something off the hi-hat and the kick, you know, fucking
yeah,
um but yeah, they had to throw in there, you know, like it's like that mix sound, right? For
mhm.
you know, yeah, that
Yeah, yeah, just
that
a very,
light sounding drums for like like just to
dramatic effect.
yeah, so that
Mhm.
you could so they could have some dynamics going on. Um, but yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
could have been something else. It could have had something else there.
yeah.
Um,
I think Linkin
but
Park's probably done this type of sound before on a song. I can't remember which song, but it sounds like something that I've heard probably before.
yeah, I thought actually that was kind of a typical thing for Linkin Park. I don't know, but I never really listened to Linkin Park that much.
Right. No, it
So
probably is. And like I said, that's probably why they're doing it is just to make sure that people know that it's still Linkin Park.
right, yeah, we covered
Which,
our base, still us.
that's another topic though, is like, should they have, this whole thing, gets a lot of controversy as to whether or not it's okay to replace somebody in the band, especially like a lead singer like Chester was.
Yeah,
And his passing the way he died, maybe. But now, do you just create a band and call it something else? I mean, basically, it's like 90% Linkin Park still, right? Or I don't know how you want to break it
yeah,
down even, but you got most of the band still there. I mean, maybe it's less than 90 because
right.
the drummer got replaced too. It looked like so, but I mean, do you call it a
Well,
new band or do you stick with the name?
that's a good question. Um, depends on. I think it depends on the remainder crew. How they feel about it. Um, and what they can produce as a different sound, different band. You
Right,
know, I mean, like if they were able to take a major, maybe a different approach to the music, and not stay with the same formula, they could have pulled off another name, you
right.
know, maybe
That, but that,
keep some of the same elements, but like do something a little bit more different, you know. Guys from Linkin Park, man, but they got a woman singer. Oh, that's fucking cool. And you listen to it, and it's got different elements to it now. Same different guys, but like it's got different elements to it, and it's just like that might be more successful.
yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're
It
right.
might be, but it's
Yeah,
also it's usually marketing suicide to change your branding name. I mean, it just
true.
you
Yeah,
that's part of the money grab right there is just having that
yeah,
Linkin Park title attached.
yeah. Well, the thing is you know, yeah, yeah. You still got the you'd have to hinge off of it's got the Linkin Park guys in there with the new woman singer,
Right. So they're still
and then it's
selling the
like,
name.
well, yeah. So he's like, well, who, what do they sound like, and then from there, from that point, you got to have something that kicks fucking ass in
Yeah.
your fucking face right away, all the way through the whole album, just fuck you,
Yeah. Better be
fucking yeah,
something innovative.
yeah, yeah.
It
It would have been cool if they went more metal or something,
might have been a better choice for them here in that situation or in this
mhm,
situation. They probably should have done that. I think a lot of people probably would have liked it better too if they'd done that.
yeah,
Which is what,
than the same
initially
formula.
that's what kind of brings up that whole topic of are they trying to sound like Linkin Park because they decided to go with the Linkin Park branding. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then that's when it all starts to
Yeah,
feel very disingenuous and not very authentic. And
right. And you get people saying, "Oh yeah, they're Linkin Park cover band."
right, right, which is, like I said, there's a lot of the original members still there, but still, I mean, is Linkin Park ever Linkin
Right,
Park without the original lineup or the guys that were the ones,
right.
forcing
Yeah,
forward,
yeah.
especially like Chester, he was the main voice in the songwriting too. This song didn't really make me go like, oh man, I really got to check out all the other songs now that they're going to be putting out. Not
Right.
really. To me, not
Yeah.
really.
Well, yeah, musically, no. Lyrically, for me, kind of, yeah, because like it's hitting the fucking nerve for me,
Right.
because of what's happening in my life right now.
That's true. And I do think there's some good poetry here. And I think she sounds really good, despite her maybe just approaching it the same way any 2000s metal band would. But
Right.
she sounds good. Like her voice just sounds good. I like the way she screams. I like the way
Yeah.
her key is, the way she approaches it.
Right.
So that part of it's got me at least curious to see what else she can sort of provide to the band.
Yeah. 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 I wonder what the other songs sound like. I don't know.
I used to be a big fan of Linkin Park back in like middle school or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at some point I got out of them. I think their third, fourth record, I was sort of like over the Linkin Park thing for a while.
Right. Because the formula is always the same.
That's true. So this band has probably been doing this kind of thing for a while with the production part of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's probably nothing new to the fan base or their sound, but yeah, I don't
Right.
necessarily feel like it's particularly my favorite sound. When we watched that live performance, that was interesting too to see their. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you check out that video, and I'll put a link down at the bottom for that video, the live performance. But it was interesting, that whole stage lighting setup, man. That shit was like modern technology.
Oh yeah. Yeah. With the lights coming through the fucking screen at the top and shit,
Yeah.
lasers going up and down through it,
Yeah, and then
going
there was the
everywhere.
LEDs
Yeah,
around
that
the
was
fucking stage, which was like broken up into different sections. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And they had to
yeah,
know their place on the stage when the lasers would fucking like go in between each other. Like,
uh-huh.
like
Yeah. It seemed like they each had a platform, so they kind of knew, and maybe those LED
right.
lights kind of helped that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a pretty cool fucking stage setup, man.
Yeah, which is kind of like they're obviously like really big on production if that's how their like live shows might kind of be, and then their music has got that heavy production. I think they're just a band who
Right.
just likes to have a very produced metal sound.
The Emptiness Machine, that's fucking cool, man. I
Yeah.
mean, if I wrote this song, I would have fucking, named it too like that. Cause I when I used to fucking write, a lot of depressing stuff, like, I had a lot of phrases like that, and so I really relate to the way it's written. It's pretty fucking cool, especially that let you cut me open just to watch me bleed.
Yeah.
Because when you say I let you cut me open, I mean it's because you have let yourself be vulnerable to someone else, you know. I mean through fucking love and when you allow somebody to do that to you, man, that's like, that's some deep love, dude, because I'm a fighter, and so like I don't let people fucking get even close to me, let alone fucking close enough to cut me open and watch me bleed, you know.
Right.
That's pretty deep when you fucking, when you let somebody in that fucking you know, into the veil of your heart. This is fucking it's a very sacred place.
Yeah. When you get close to somebody, they know exactly how to hurt you. They know exactly what spots are your weaknesses, and they'll use that against you.
Right,
So
right,
you almost give them that key to
right,
hurt you.
right. I mean, does that equate to fucking, real love when you fucking do that to somebody? I mean, I don't see it, I
Right.
mean,
No.
I think it's a way of when you, deliberately want to hurt somebody because you feel angry or whatever. I really don't see it as being an act of fucking empathy or love. I
Yeah.
think it's an act of um, um, anger and violence.
Yeah,
You know,
selfishness.
yeah, it's nothing short of fucking actually doing the deed of fucking, taking a knife and fucking, doing it.
Yeah,
It's
actually
the same
cutting.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, share our channel, tell a friend. Let us know what you thought of this song. Do you like the new singer of Linkin Park? Do you think Linkin Park should still be a band? Or should they break up and just like say, hey man, we're gonna just do something else separate? And or
Yeah.
do you carry the legacy? I mean, that's a big thing too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be heavy. The burden is just
Yeah.
tugging.
Right. Right. Right.
All right, guys, we'll be back for another one. Thanks for watching.